What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name is Doodles and welcome to an episode of Q&Dave. It's been a few weeks since I did my last one. I think the last one that I did was the Drama Alert parody one. After someone said I look like Keemstar and I really still don't see it, but whatever. But yeah, I'm doing another episode of Q&Dave. I said I was going to do them on a bit more regular basis, which I haven't, but I've been super busy over these last few weeks. The missus has been off work on holiday, so we did a lot of decorating, we got a lot of new furniture, so I've just been dealing with all that stuff. And I also started university doing a music production degree with Point Blank Music School, so I've been doing that over last week. But I thought to ease myself back into making videos, I would do another Q&A because I love doing them and I hope you guys enjoy listening to them. So I'm going to answer a few questions and let's get to it. Have you ever listened to Sabaton? Actually, no, I have not. I've heard the name, I haven't heard the music, but I am generally not a massive power metal fan, if I'm perfectly honest. I like some of the stuff, obviously, where the roots of power metal came from. Obviously, you got your likes of IINNTTTOOO, Judas Priest, all the sort of classic metal bands. I do like that, and that was sort of where a lot of the influence for the power metal genre came from. I like that sort of stuff, but I'm not a massive fan of power metal. I don't mind things like Children of Bodom, which take power metal influences and mix them with other styles of music. Obviously, you've got Symphony X, which sort of combines power metal and progressive metal. But as for the sort of general, strictly power metal style bands like Dragon Force, Nightwish, and all the older ones as well, I think like Hammerfall, I think power metal band, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not against it, I do generally listen to everything, but it's not something that you'll find on my playlist too often. One band that combines power metal with a lot of other genres that I really like is X Japan. I think they are fantastic. But they combine a lot of like thrash, speed metal as well with their power metal, but all the influences combined and all the genres of music, it makes really good listening. And I'd say that's probably the closest thing to power metal that I listen to on a regular basis. But if there's any cool power metal bands out there, leave them in the comment box down below, as I will always check them out. I've got Apple Music, so I'll always check out any bands that you guys recommend. Would you recommend buying an Epiphone? Yeah, I would absolutely recommend buying an Epiphone. In fact, I have a couple of them. On that couch chair thing, there's a Schecter. Behind that is an Epiphone Les Paul 1960 Tribute Plus, which is just wonderful. Spec-wise, it is pretty much a Gibson Les Paul traditional, same sort of specs. Just obviously with the different headstock, the poly paint, and its fact it's made in China. But spec-wise, it's pretty much the same body, the same top, the same pickups, everything. Absolutely lovely. And a bit further down, and there's a big pile of guitars. There is a 2004 Epiphone Les Paul Standard, which was my second guitar that I ever got, and I absolutely love it. I did do the Restoration Les Paul series, which I'm still sort of finishing with that guitar, but yeah, I would absolutely recommend getting them. Even though I own a few Gibsons now, I would definitely buy another Epiphone in the future. I would say don't go lower than the Standard. There's nothing wrong with the sort of studios and the specials and that, but I feel if you do get them, you'll probably want to upgrade a lot sooner than if you get the Standard. The Standard's much more like a real Les Paul, like what you know as a Les Paul. Obviously they're all real Les Pauls, but what you sort of know and see as a Les Paul on TV with like Slash and Ace Frehley and Eric Clapton, Guy Moore, like the real sort of Les Paul standard that you see on TV. That is like the sort of closest you'll get to it for the sort of cheapest price. I'd say start off with the Standard, but anything after that's absolutely perfect. So yeah, I highly recommend them, and chances are you'll see another one at some point on this channel because I absolutely love them. If you already have a guitar but have trouble playing it because you have very small hands, is there a specific guitar or any other information you would recommend? I actually have quite small hands for a man. They're not bad, but I am like 6'3", 6'4". My hands are generally quite small. Most, you sort of see the guitar players who shred with the big massive fingers that look, I don't know how they're that big, but yeah, my fingers are generally quite stubby, which makes, and I've got a really little finger. I don't know why that is the case, but it makes guitar playing quite hard, especially all the sort of the faster stuff, because my hands just aren't really built for that. So I sort of know your pain. However, I think if you have really small hands, you can also try things like 3/4 guitars and sort of like 7/8 guitars, ones that are slightly smaller. However, you said that you already have a guitar, and I feel it's best that regardless of whether you've got small hands, obviously I think if you're a child then a 3/4 guitar would be suitable. But if you are an adult or at least a sort of teenager and you're pretty much fully grown, always stick with a full-size guitar because you'll learn to play on a small guitar, and then you will be limited on your upgrade options because no one really does 3/4 guitars. So I just say stick at it. You can try thinner neck guitars. I actually spotted this person again in the comments and found it was a Squire Strat, so it was just sort of an average sized neck. But if that is still too big, you can try something like an Ibanez, or maybe something like more of a shreddy type of guitar, like a Jackson Dinky, which might have a thinner neck. But I'd say a Strat neck should be pretty much average for most guitars, so I'd just say stick at it. When you first pick up a guitar, it feels absolute alien and it just feels so weird and so unnatural to play. But after a while, it just becomes like a part of you, and even though if your hands are small, you'll just get used to it eventually and it'll just become normal. And that's the best thing I could sort of recommend. Don't go for a thick neck if you've got clearly small hands. Stick with thinner neck guitars and all should be well eventually. Stick at it and I'm sure you'll get there in the end. But on that note, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you want to ask me a question and appear in a future episode, leave a comment down below or hit me up on my social media pages. All the links are in the description box. My name is Doodles. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time.